Veterans Voices is sponsored by Dalford Insurance.
Well, here at WJHL, you know some of our faces. Mine, Casey, Josh, Sarah, but you may not know the people behind the scenes who make all of this happen. One of those people being David McAvoy. But before David came to work here at WJHL as a producer, he proudly served our country. McAvoy comes from a family where military service is a tradition. And as Sarah Diamond found out, he was called out of his college classes when his Army Reserve unit, the 639th Transportation Company out of Kingsport, was activated.
It was terrifying. I mean, I was 19 years old at the time. I was a baby-faced kid that had never been overseas, much less overseas where there was fighting going on.
In the reserves, McAvoy's unit was stationed in Saudi Arabia and was responsible for moving various supplies and items to different areas in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Iraq. Driving a tractor-trailer meant for an interstate can be tricky in the Middle East. Some roads weren't roads at all.
Army engineers made roads for us over there, but basically they just meant bulldozing through the desert. It wasn't like they were paving roads and stuff, so it was rough.
The night the U.S. was set to take action against Saddam Hussein's troop in Kuwait, McAvoy was sent on his first mission where he ran into mechanical trouble, then lost sight of the convoy.
I have no idea where I'm going. This is the night that, I'm thinking the war's going to start. I'm getting ready to drive right into the middle of all this. That night was maybe the most terrified I've ever been in my entire life.
Luckily, McAvoy got turned around and caught up with his unit. The trips weren't easy. McAvoy remembers seeing oil fields burning everywhere, the thick black smoke blocking out the sun. There was also one stretch of road that was unnerving. It was called the Highway of Death. For around 6 miles, burned-out trucks from run-ins with opposing troops, sometimes bodies were visible from the truck cab. Well, after his tour was over, McAvoy came home.
Coming up 81 at the Virginia line, there was people lined up with signs, honking the horns and stuff. It was something else.
But memories from the desert still haunted some, and McAvoy lost good friends to suicide after they came home.
They survived it, but it still ended up taking them in the end, what they went through.
Despite the hardships and losing some friends, McAvoy looks back and has no regrets.
There's only 2 things in my life that you'll never get me to not be proud of, and that's my kids and that's my military service.
How incredible is that? McAvoy says he calls several of his friends to check on them and encourages others to call veterans and always show their support. You'll hear the stories of other local veterans on Veterans Day during a News Channel 11 special presentations. It's called Veterans Voices, honoring those who serve. We invite you to join us this Wednesday at noon.